So I guess I'll be posting two videos today. I'll try to keep this one shorter. Um, since you can't really write a lot in the description, like your profile, besides all the astrology and the cards and the dreams and stuff, I'm also a very open person. So if you want to talk about drugs, proper use, you have questions about them, harm reduction, um, 10-year addict, hard, a lot of really hard shit. I've been clean almost a year now. I mean, I still use Molly the odd time, especially when it comes to rave season or like Dextrogen because fentanyl's on the rise everywhere and I don't trust much of anything off the streets anymore. And before the 10 years of opiate use, I used all the party drugs like coke and crack and ecstasy and speed pills and all that, and Vyvanse and Dextrogen are a safer way to go if you like the speed pills, like if you like the methamphetamines or even crystal meth, because they're basically the same thing. There are a couple compounds in the difference. So, and I mean, if you like heroin and stuff like that, and you're not messing around with capsules, Dilaudid's a safer way to go too. Um, just where there's fentanyl everywhere. Um, Also, I don't have a problem talking about sex or sexual experiences or, I'm bisexual myself. I have no problem talking about all the different genders and things like that. And basically anything anybody wants to talk about, feel free to bring up and send me a message, and it can be a topic, whether it's 20 questions about me that you want me to answer about myself, or if you want to know more about a certain subject, um, send me a message. And not only will I use my knowledge, obviously, I'll do some research on it. Of relationships, that's another big one that I'd really like to talk about, especially if there's young girls out there that do manage to get to watch this when it comes to obsession and lust and the toxic side of things. Never, it's hard not to confuse it, but when someone doesn't let you go somewhere or dress a certain way or have certain friends, that's not love. So when someone tells you, oh, it's because I love you and I would never want to lose you, don't start buying into that. So I really hope that I can grab, preteens and, you know, well, girls of all age, really, their attention, because I spent 2 years in a toxic, abusive, mentally, verbally, and physically abusive relationship and came out of it with PTSD, as if I don't have enough fucking mental illnesses already. But you can avoid that just by asking questions and being educated, and this is basically a safe place for people. I mean, if you want to drop a question or a concern, do it under an anonymous name or your own if you're comfortable to. I have no problem answering it, talking about it, working with people through the videos about all these different things in life, because they can be quite exhausting and draining, like abuse in the home with parents, or abuse from friends, or abuse from bullies, or like I said, domestic abuse is a big one. And I want to help whoever I can with that one, because once you go through a relationship like that long enough, even for a short period, you walk out a shell of who you used to be. And then you have to spend a lot of time trying to pick up the pieces and put back together you. And a lot of the times you can't find where the pieces fit. And maybe the pieces don't fit at all anymore. Maybe, you've changed to the point that that piece no longer is part of your puzzle. And same with addiction, it changes you majorly too. All these big things in life change you. I'm trying to think, there was one other thing I wanted to talk to people about too. or if they needed someone to talk about. I mean, obviously, if, like I said, if you have questions on anything to do with sexual health, STDs, or questions to do with pregnancy, or unfortunately abortion, I had to go through that when I was with the guy I was with because he was just too abusive and he had 3 other kids with 3 other women. He was 26 years old. And he'd throw me around and lock me in rooms and drag me by my hair and stuff like that. So if you've been through it, you're not alone. Feel free to reach out and I can retell your story or, get a point across if you have a point to be put across that you quite don't know how to do it, or, rape's a touchy subject, but if you need to hear about it or talk about it or have it covered, I don't mind doing that. Once again, I've been there myself. It's hard, especially in a world where you have people saying that, oh, you dress this way, you dress that way, you were obviously asking for it. Nobody asks for that kind of thing. And the people that say those things, I fucking hope to God you never come across my channel because you can get the fuck off it as fast as you found it. Same as people who are going to tell me I'm a murderer because of the abortion. Get the fuck off my channel. I don't have time for it. You're homophobic? Get the fuck off my channel. You're racist? Get the fuck off my channel. If you talk down or degrade anybody because of their color or their lifestyle or their sexuality or any of it, I don't have time for it. Seriously. There's the door. Get the fuck off my channel. I really only want to help people and, I'm at a point where, being clean, you don't have a lot of friends because most of your friends use. And I've seen a lot of young girls, 13, 14, using, or I used, a lot of them were escorts, things like that, which I know a little bit about, but luckily I didn't get very far into that kind of thing. I had a best friend that stepped in and, helped me with my addiction till I could get on methadone, which is harm reduction for opiates. And if it wouldn't have been for him, God knows if I'd even be here today. So I owe my life to him. And couldn't ask for a kinder, sweeter guy. I wish that I could make myself feel for him because he's just the perfect kind of person. Anybody would be blessed to have Orion in their life. That's his name. It's kind of interesting. Orion's belt. I follow astrology. It's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, you want to talk about that kind of thing or share stories, whether they're funny or scary or sad or whatever. Yeah, feel free to just shoot me a message, or you can do it over my email. I'll try to figure out how to post it below, but it's lovealways.24.92@gmail.com, and just write the subject as YouTube, and just feel free to type whatever. It can be your opinions, it can be questions, but I'm really hoping to get some feedback because I want to start this channel going and I want to have kind of like a deeper purpose than just helping those around me. I really want to reach out to wherever I can in any way I can and help. And like I said, I'm an open book. You can bring up anything and everything. I'll answer it. I'll talk about it. I don't judge anybody. When I say I don't judge anybody, like even when you see sick things on TV like murderers and, people who do abuse people and, sexual abuse and rape and molestation and, pedophilia and stuff like that. It's hard to watch and it's not right at all. But you have to know somewhere in your mind those people are sick. Those people are sick. They deserve to go to jail. They deserve what they get. But please try to remember that it's not a physical demon inside them, but it's probably not them. It's probably something they suffer from, or, it's all they know because it's what they went through and seen their whole life, or things like that. And I'm not trying to excuse anybody's behavior for any of these horrible things. And I've experienced rape and, abuse and a lot of those things. So I'm definitely not justifying it. But I'm just saying, try to be empathetic, not for so much for them, but for yourself. So the world doesn't seem like such a scary place, I guess. And it'll help you be more open-minded in your day-to-day life, because life on life's terms can be pretty scary. And, the saying goes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So, I'm not a God freak. Like I said in other videos, I really don't know what my higher power is, but I'm still trying to accept the things I can't change and find the courage to change what I can. And I have the wisdom to know the difference. It's just a means of applying it. So, I just, hopefully some people get in touch. And like I said, if you're somebody that you feel like you've got nobody, we can be pen pals. I don't mind writing back and forth. Excuse me. I'll listen to all your problems. You just want someone to talk to and shoot an email back and forth, I really don't mind. I really don't. I just want to help people and, help them fill that void in their soul, especially if they're using drugs or boys, girls, love, sex, gambling, food, whatever to fill it. If I can help you fill it with just human to human love, then that would be enough for me. So I hope to hear from at least someone.